Bismillah, in the name of God, the Beneficent, the Merciful One. Hello, Assalamu Alaikum. Peace be with you. I'm your brother in faith, Shabir Ali, today with another book review. And this time we're dealing with this book that is tiny in size, but packed with information. It also gives me an opportunity to say something about pocket-sized books. So let me talk about that first of all. Pocket-sized books are great. I love them. You know why? Because I can carry them around. They're in my pocket. Let's say I'm waiting in line at a bank or something like this. I just pull out my book. It might be just a few minutes, but within those few minutes, I could probably read a page. And then, wait in line somewhere else, or another 5 minutes, I can read another page. Eventually, that's how I get through my book. So I love pocket-sized books for that reason. This particular book has proven to be a gem for me, and it's entitled The Collins Gem, Religions of the World, edited by Debbie Gill. And it's, maybe actually written by Debbie Gill, but in consultation with experts from a variety of the world's major religions. It's proven to me to be almost like my passport. So I'll be traveling, and this would be my in-flight entertainment. So right there with my passport, I'd have this, and I'd pull it out. And, of course, you can't absorb all of the information or remember it from a single reading. So I would read this again and again, and it helped me prepare for many of my lectures and about thinking more generally about Islam and other religions. So what do we have in this book? We have from A to Z, we have the Bahai faith, starting with a B, all the way down to Zoroastrianism, starting with a Z. And we have in between many religions, Buddhism, Christianity, Confucianism, Hinduism, Islam, Jainism, Judaism, Rastafari, Shinto, Sikhism, Taoism, spelt with a T, tribal religions, and then finally Zoroastrianism. Why do we need to know about all of these religions? Well, in general, it's interesting to know about the variety of the world's religions because we see a lot of similarities. We see differences as well, but we see mostly the similarities and how people from around the world in many different cultures and civilizations have tried to reach out to deity, how they have recognized our lowly position in the cosmos, and how they have tried to find meaning of life in a world that sometimes does not make sense. So we also see the connectivity between religions. We can see, for example, the connection between Islam and Judaism and Christianity, and between these three and Zoroastrianism, which some scholars show to be at the root of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. We also see Buddhism and Jainism breaking away from Hinduism, or being offshoots of that great religion. And then we see also the Bahai faith and branching out from Islam. We see Sikhism as well as a kind of an amalgamation of precepts from Islam and from Hinduism. So we see this broad interconnection between religions, and we get to understand the world a little bit better. We also get to understand even mundane things a little bit better. Did you know, for example, that some of the days of our week in English are named after old European gods? For example, Tuesday is Tiwa's Day, Wednesday is Wodan's Day, Thursday is Thor's Day, and Friday is Frey's Day. And that is from page 31 of this little book. So as I said, though it's compact in size, it is packed with information. As ordinary folks, we hear a lot of terminology from religion being bandied about. For example, yin and yang. Did you know that that comes from Chinese concepts in Chinese religion, such as, for example, in Confucianism, where there is an understanding that there are various elements in contrast with each other. There is good in the things that are predominantly bad, and there is bad in things which are predominantly good. And we have the yin and the yang, the male and female principles working together as two opposites, but in harmony with each other. These are concepts that are important in in some of the world's religions, and the terminology from these concepts get bandied about. If we do not know something about these world religions, we may not understand what is being spoken about in the world around us. So, what are the main ways in which this book is helpful? Well, it gives you things in a nutshell. So if you go to the Bahai faith, for example, it will tell you right away on the first page, this is how it originated. It originated in Persia in the year 1844. So it's a very recent religion. Its holy book is called Kitab-i-Aqdas by Baha'u'llah. It has approximately 7 million followers worldwide. So if you just want to get just these basic bits of information about each religion before you go deeper, you have a quick and handy reference guide allowing you to do that. It almost reminds me of the Collins Gem dictionary. You want to look up words very quickly. A small dictionary of Collins Gem would be helpful for that. But here, almost like a dictionary of the world's religions here. So Buddhism, founded by Gautama Buddha, who was born around 586 BCE in what is now Nepal. Buddha means enlightened one. Approximately 330 million Buddhists worldwide. So there, in a nutshell, you have that information right away. You go to Christianity, you'll find quick and easy to absorb information about how Christianity started, what is its scripture, how many followers worldwide, in this case 1.5 billion at the time, obviously, of writing this book. The various major strands and sects of Christianity and what gave rise to those splits. And then we go to Confucianism and we learn about the books of Confucianism. Did you know what the books are? For example, the Analects, the Book of Mencius, the Great Learning, the Doctrine of the Mean. So you get the sense that not only does Islam have a holy book, but the world's major religions generally have scriptures that they refer to. Not always, but many and oftentimes they do. In the Hinduism, for example, you have the Hindu sacred texts as the Vedas, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata. And we have 700 million Hindus in India, with approximately 20 million elsewhere. So Hinduism is a large and one of the world's major religions as well. So all of these religions are interesting to know about. And of course, for our non-Muslim audience, you would want to learn something about Islam. There is something about Islam here as well, about how Islam started, what is its sacred scripture, and all of that. So why do I recommend this book? Because I feel that this book gives you a quick and handy reference that you can take about anywhere. Of course, nowadays you have your smartphones. You can always pull out your smartphones and you have books in your smartphone that you can read. But, it's not the same, because you pull out your smartphone, then you start getting distracted by all of these social media messages and all of that. You pull out a book like this, and that's all you need to focus on at the moment. And you can, with that focus and concentration, you can learn a lot, given all of the downtime that we experience every day. So instead of quarreling and fighting against all of the downtime, cursing the moment, you can pull out a book like this and learn something useful that will help you not only in living and understanding your own religion, but also in communicating your faith concepts to people around you, using concepts that they would be familiar with from their religions. Is there anything that I didn't like about this book? Well, not really. I mean, one can fault it for, its brevity, but then it wouldn't be a compact book. So altogether, I find this to be a very useful book. It is a gem, and it is a book that has actually had a deep impact on my life. It has helped me prepare for many of my lectures over the years, and I find myself returning back to this book again and again. It has changed my life. And I hope that it will make an impact on your life as well. Perhaps it will even change yours. Thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with you. My dear friends, I want to appeal to you to support the important work we're doing this Ramadan. Visit QuranSpeaks.com and click Donate. May God reward you for your generosity, and may you have a blessed Ramadan.